We have lots to talk about today, and as I had told you, we are doing enemas for one. Yay! You know we're all excited about that, right? Yes. So much stuff about this. Just so. We want to start off right away hitting the big hammer on the enemas, or we want to gently work into it?
Big hammer on the enemas. That's a. Well, a lot of people have said, can you cover that, or is it too sensitive a subject, or nothing's too sensitive for Angie and I.
Nope, not at all. No.
We're not afraid.
It's all real and raw, baby. Real and raw here.
Real and raw.
So, yes, enemas. All right, guys. So, I just want to start it off with letting you guys know that Gary and I both push limits. And we do it for reasons, or at least I know that I do it, to show you guys that this can be done, or this is what happens for me. And just to give you a perspective that we're not just talking about this stuff and it's not, out on left field. We live this stuff. I've been deep and in the trenches. So I've been there, I've done it, I've come back from things. And so this has just been a step for me in the direction of helping me. And I know it's not going to be for everyone. And as often as you do it is going to be up to you. You really do need to listen to your body. That's what all of this is about. It's not what is working for one person or the next. You really have to listen. And if you start something and you realize it's tanking you, don't do it. That's what it's all about. So I do have the enema here to show you what it looks like. It's really pretty simple. I have the bag. What's that?
It's very simple.
It is very simple. I have the bag, and this is what it looks like here. And it's got a little hook here. You put the water in through here, or whatever you're putting in. And I have attempted with many different things. Luis, our good buddy Luis, has helped me kind of navigate that, per se. So I would say just start with water. But yes, you would just fill this up. Or you can do you can get the buckets, which I think is more highly recommended because you don't have to worry about getting heating up the plastic. I just haven't gotten that far yet. So,
what's the temperature of the water?
Well, I've had warm and cool go in, so I don't. I mean, as long as it's not like hot, you don't want to burn yourself, obviously. So just lukewarm is good. You want it to be just to feel comfortable, obviously, going in. And then this is the tubing. So, yay, this screws into here.
Okay, so the other end's the working end.
What's that? Yeah, the other is the working end. So you screw it into here.
No hammers involved.
No hammers. Nope, not here. Not yet. We'll talk about that next time, maybe. So then you hang this on your wherever I hang it on my shower rod or whatever, and then you know where this part goes. Typically coconut oil, and slip her in, and then you've got this little nozzle here, and this obviously allows the flow to go slow or fast, or to completely stop it. But when you first start out, I know when I did, it's hard to know what the heck you're doing. But you just want to get in the tub. Typically, they say lay on your left side. I've done all ways. I've done left side, I've done right side, I've done where I rotate. After a few minutes, I go from my left. I rotate after a few minutes onto my back, whatever. You know what I mean. As you do a complete cycle. So holding it as long as you can, working up to, I do 20 minutes. I think that allows the liver to cycle, I'm not going to remember how many times, but it cycles through, I think at least 3 times. But if you can't hold it, do what you can. It's not going to be very clean the first time for sure, but I usually just put down a towel in the tub, and then when you feel like you really cannot do it any longer, get to the toilet and let go. So that is pretty much the gist of doing an enema. Yeah, it's really pretty
So,
simple.
after you do the water, like say the first time you do water,
Yep.
and just kind of get used to it and stuff, or at least figure out what you're doing. What are some of the other things that you can do that you can put in there that will help cleanse the colon?
The things that I've used have been garlic to help the little critters out, get them
Mm-hmm.
moving. So I put that in there. I put in baking soda. That also helps to pull. Um, I've used Dr. Morse's herbs and tinctures as well, like the parasite M and G when I've had them, and the lymph tinctures as well. Those seem to be pretty powerful to move stuff out. Slippery elm, I have that here. This is what's one I was talking about, and it doesn't have to be this specific brand, but that's slippery elm. And I just had put in like 2 capsules in an enema. Also, if you do get cramping later on in the day, which has happened for me, I just take a couple of them, and that typically takes care of it. Um, I think lemon is also something you can do. I haven't specifically done that myself, but again, I don't want to have people just going and mixing stuff and doing it. Like I specifically have been in contact and having
Yeah.
Louise help me as far as that goes as well.
Is
So
everybody different as far as like the amount of liquid they let inside? I mean,
2 quarts is what they do recommend. Mine is just a 1.75, and for me, that's been enough. I probably could do 2, but I haven't attempted it. Like I said, I seem to do fine with the 1.75. I think with the first one, you might want to start out just with maybe one, like the first time or two that you do it. Um, and you may not be able to hold very long either with the first 1 or 2 times you do it. So take it easy. But,
yeah, the whole thing is just listen to your body, and when it's
right.
ready, it's coming out whether you're ready or not.
Yes, it
Have you
is.
gotten out any parasites or anything like that with
Oh
the
my god.
with
You
the
know,
enemas? Or
definitely. Some pretty pictures that I have. Oh heck yes, I've gotten lots and lots of parasites, mucoid plaque locked in the bowel. Um, yeah, it's it's not pretty, but I sure am glad when they're out and done. It's amazing how much better I feel after I've done them, and I think others out there can say that too. They know just once you get that stuff out, you feel just better overall. And I know that there's been a guy on YouTube who talks about these and how he gives them to people when they're cranky and says, get in the bathroom and don't come out until you're happy. Yeah, pretty much the case. It really is. So, yeah.
uh, how do you feel full, or do you feel anything when you have like 1 or 2 quarts of liquid
Yeah,
inside you?
there's
I
definitely,
somebody asked that.
as it's going in, there can be cramping. And then in trying to hold it sometimes, yes, as it starts to cycle, you can get these urges to where you gotta go, but you just gotta resist and then that urge goes away. But yes, there can be some cramping. That's normal.
Okay. Uh, One of the things that happened, like when my when I was when I was a child, because my mother and like everybody in the neighborhood did enemas, and that was common practice because that's what
Right?
everybody learned as they were growing up, right?
Right.
And then X-Lax came out, and everybody stopped doing enemas. And what happened from that was dis-ease in the body started to skyrocket, and all kinds of complications came from that because they were not cleaning the colon.
Right.
They were actually what X-Lax would do is just liquefy stuff and it would just slip by and it would leave a lot of stuff behind. And that's when it took about 3 or 4 years, but people started getting buildup in their colon and they started getting sick because the nutrients were not getting through and the digestive system would get messed up. So it's really, really, really important to do enemas. And if you don't want to do enemas on your own, you can have colonics. And they have
Yes.
open irrigation and they have closed irrigation. And what that means is, one, you're sitting there, and when you go into it's just like an open vat. And the other one, the water is sent in, and then it pulls it back out, or it allows it to drain back out, and it goes through a tube, and there's a viewing tube, and you watch the stuff go by. And
Wow.
I heard one woman, masses of parasites were going through. Big clumps of parasites were going through. So
it is gross, but it's real.
Yes. Yeah. And she said, I don't have any parasites, so don't worry about it.
Right.
We all have them.
Yep.
We all have them. And they are stealing our energy. They live on low vibrational, dead food, and they like a low vibrational body. So as we raise our vibration with live liquids and live foods, that doesn't mean that you can't have that other food. I'm just saying, as you increase the liquids and the live foods in your daily diet, your vibration of your body, your energy rises. And as it does, it's like, we were just talking about this earlier, for those that do not like rap, or whatever music it is you don't like, and you're stuck in a building, and the volume is up, and you can't change the music or turn the volume down, you're going to do one thing, and that's leave. And that's what every parasite in your body either wants to do or is going to do, is they're going to leave because the vibration is driving them crazy.
On that note, too, this is the GI broom, which I was just going to show here, one of Dr. Morris's herbs that helps with pulling out the junk that's locked in, which I've definitely had results with that, too. Even before I started Enemas, I was doing the GI broom, and I could actually feel it, like almost like a hand twisting and pulling stuff out. It's really kind of weird, but you see it. So
now, is that a tea-like? Is that for tea, or is that a pill?
This one, actually, I do have both the tea and
the capsule.
This is actually a powder. You can see it here.
Oh, okay.
It's powder form here. I put it in veggie caps just because it doesn't taste as bad. GI broom comes in just the capsules and the powder.
So how much do you put in, like in a regular, use like a regular glass? And
yeah, this will tell you, it recommends, well, this says mix 1 rounded teaspoon is what it says, but okay. I'll check in with Luis on how much, and he will typically, I'm taking more than that now, so he kind of just monitors that with me. So
yeah, and feel your body.
We've been through this, we're living it, and I hate seeing people sick and struggling, so if we can share, I don't care how dirty and raw it is, you'll hear it here, and hopefully it helps.
That's right. How many people in the world, out there in the audience, do you know that's shown them their Enema bag?
Or their worms? Yes.
Yes, or their worms. So, how can they contact us to ask questions?
Oh, yes. Our Gmail. So that would be LivefoodDtox@gmail.com. If you guys have questions or concerns, please email us there. And if you like this video, please like us below and/or subscribe.
All right. I will see you later.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye, guys.